Hello, good morning. We're here to start today with Barony. We're going to see some of the basics. I'm going to show off some of the basics. The game's actually really simple to play, really fun to play, but some things can get confusing. So let's get right into it. So today, Barony right here. Yep. We are gonna just go through a few things here. So in your settings, you have your volume. We know that, or audio. So let's go into video though. It's hard to read some of it, but you can get through it. Game's very light on resources, I find personally. So again, I play in windowed mode, but here's your full screen option here. Things do look a little better in full screen mode, but and then you can change your keyboard settings. Most of it's actually really well done already, just as a base setup. I like the way everything feels. You can play the game with mouse or keyboard. Just easier with a mouse. Okay. Your mouse sensitivity, we can reserve, we can smooth the mouse. I don't like to smooth my mouse. I like my mouse the way it is. Right. So. And then broadcasting mode. So this is actually really helpful. For broadcasting mode, what it does is it allows you to, when you join a multiplayer game, or when you make one, you have to put in an IP address and a port. So right now what that'll do is that'll mask when I put in my information. Promotional mode I haven't actually played with yet, so I'm not sure what it does, but I assume it's going to get rid of the UI. Okay. But we're not going to play with those today. Not yet. Okay. So that's your basic settings. In your statistics, I don't have a high score yet. Oh no. I've had this problem before where it's not saving my high scores. I'm not sure why. You can actually look at my previous Twitters. I've gotten to level 9. Or level 8. No, I've gotten to level 9. My character level was 8 and I got to level 9. Let's go into introductions. Basically, it follows this scrolling, or this, yeah, right out that goes top down. Here, let me get rid of my camera so you guys can see this really quick. Okay. And so this is how it goes. This is the base storyline. This is everything that's with the game. It's fairly well done. Again, we don't need to read it all. I just want to show you what it does when it does come up. Okay, guys? And that's what it looks like. So if you hit the skip button, it'll all come up right away. None of this loading in. And then you can hit escape again and quit it out. Let's go in and see what their new game options are, okay? So we've got choices between male and female. Very simplistic. Changes aren't that great. I mean, what do you want for a pixel game? Man's got a beard, woman does not. Okay. And women got little tiny feet, men got big blocky feet. Again, just a basis of it. So let's continue on. So I have had a chance to play this game a little bit, and I did a little bit, 12-hour live stream. So Barbarian, we find is basically useful with all weapons. The very little armor. So far, by far, the easiest class to play, the warrior. He's trained in pole arms, and he comes with a set of armor and everything, so he's pretty well beefed out. Healer was hard to play to start. You get healing spells. You get a spell of cure poison, I believe it is, and so he can heal himself on the fly, which is actually important in this game because there's no resources for healing other than finding potions. And the healer starts with 3 potions and the spell, and to go from there. Rogues, again, they're mediocre at identification. The other 3 classes have no identification at all, skills appraisals, so you're gonna have to work on that from bottom up, whereas rogues come with a decent skill set of like long ranged. They can open door, lockpick doors fairly easily, and they can appraise fairly regularly. The one class I never played much was Wanderer. I do know that they do come with some long range ability, but I haven't actually had a chance to play it. Same with Cleric. Cleric, it sounds like you'd start with healing. You don't start with healing as a Cleric, but you do have base weapons and armor and everything set up to get healing, but you gotta get lucky enough to find that skill book in there. Merchant, one of my more classes that I played a lot of, currently has, he's really, really good at identification, and he actually comes with 500 gold, which is a big bonus when you meet a merchant, because gold is hard to come by already. And identification means you can identify right off the bat, you can identify everything but jewels, basically, as a merchant. And jewels you can sometimes still identify right off the bat. Other than that, he has no other skills other than his axe. So he's got a base armor set of leather on right now. But aside from that, gets nothing, man. Wizard, by far one of the... For starting, it's one of the most overpowered classes. It has a spell, Force Bolt, which will basically kill everything on the first couple levels in one hit. So he's fairly overpowered. But again, he gets nothing else. And finding spell books, I found, is not so bad. You can find spell books on a regular basis. I haven't found too many useful ones, but I found Force Bolt a few times. I found like locked doors. I found dig, stuff like that. With the Arcanist, sorry. Again, he still has spells. This one here, the most useful one he has is a light spell. So a light orb follows you around, and he's still got decent skills in weaponry and has a decent set of armor starting up. A Joker, okay, one of my other favorite classes. I probably played this one for a good hour and a half. And basically what ends up happening is you start off with a Jester's Cap, 5 rocks, 1 magical rock, which I don't know what it does yet because I haven't been able to identify it. He's got a ring of levitation and a blindfold. And I believe he might have got lockpicks as well. So the rocks are just funny. The character's fast. I mean, really fast. His dexterity is really high, so he's really fast. And I find it just funny. He's a funny character to play through. And the ring of levitation actually does have quite a few uses, I found, in the game. So for today, we're just going to start with Warrior. Okay, I just want to kind of get the basis going here and show you how things work. Eventually, I think we'll change to Merchant so I can show you more of the identification classing. But let's start with Warrior and see some of the dungeon. So we got, what is that, 5 options here for looks. All this is appearance, so I mean, there isn't a whole lot of difference in between them, and we can actually quick change these with our keyboard. It's actually faster to go through the menus with the keyboard, and you can just hit enter to select. So these are the different ones: High Watch, Hardbred, Firebrand, Northborn, and Landguard. Okay, from bottom up. And that's what they look like. Normally, I'm not a big guy worrying about looks in games, so let's play with the Firebrand. Yeah. So this is your character name screen, of course, fairly standardized. And the next option we have single player game, hosting of a multiplayer, and joining a multiplayer. Okay. So I'm just going to go in the other 2 options first, and then I'll do a single player. So if we're hosting the multiplayer, you can get a chance to select what port you actually want to connect through. This is important for your router information. If you're gonna have this set up, make sure to have your ports forwarded to what you're using. Okay, so then we'd hit host, and that's it. That's all we do. To host a game, it's only your port. Your IP is your base IP from your computer, which you can find with IP Chicken. So just make sure to set it up properly. Okay, go from there. Yeah, that's what we're sitting at for that one. Sorry guys, I just had something. Yeah, okay, something come through, and now I gotta figure out why I did that, but I don't know, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, sorry guys, we're back at it again. So now we can disconnect, of course. So it shows here when the other player joins the game, it'll say number 2. and this. And don't worry, when somebody joins your game, your client will lock up. And it'll lock up for about 3 to 5 seconds on average is what I found. But it does come back. Okay, so don't get panicky that it does lock up. Okay, let's go back again. So warrior, it keeps my settings, it keeps all my settings, which is kind of nice. So we can just go to join multiplayer next, okay? In here, I would actually have to type in the address and port. This is why broadcaster mode is so important, because it masks to the screen. So, whoopsies. Oh, I'm so used to typing with my keypad, guys, but my OBS is linked to that. So, we can just type in whatever, right? Port numbers, and then that's kind of the idea of what you would do. And then you would join game, okay? So now we're going to cancel out of that. So let's go into a single player game. Okay, so we're in a male, Barbarian, Gateway Ball Games, and single player. So when you do single player, it'll instantly load into the game. Okay, we're in, look at it. The UI is very simple. They do still have some clunky things. Oh, hear the voice. So my biggest problem is every time you pick something up, it goes to your inventory. Okay. To attack, your base attack is left click. Okay. To pick things up is right click. Okay, so click, picked up a torch. Okay. To block with my shield, it's a space bar. So weird, but it actually works out well in the long run of things. It does work out. Okay. So you go poke shield, poke shield, poke shield. You probably do both, no, but you can get them pretty well. You can just kind of spam and get it going pretty good, actually. So that's what that is. Now we've got this character comes with a pole arm, an iron spear, an iron sword, and a short bow. Bows don't require any ammunition, so just click and go. Click, ting. That goes with any ranged weaponry. The only ranged weaponry that requires ammunition is rocks. So if you throw a rock, you lose a rock. You need to have more rocks. The problem with rocks are, I'm going to give you up front now, is they're all use a the whole game uses a quality system. See, it says a worn leather, a worn +0 leather boots, a serviceable +0 bronze shield, a worn leather helmet, a serviceable iron breastplate. So rocks come with that too, and they don't stack very easily. When you get a jester, he starts with 5. Okay, he starts with 5 rocks that are stacked. So try and keep your 5 rocks that are stacked. Okay. So now we have a conflicting problem when it comes to this character class, warriors or anybody who's using a shield. Is the fact that in a lot of dungeon it gets really dark. So you can see over there it's dark. If I put on my torch, it takes my shield away. And you can still block with it, but it doesn't block blows. It'll only just maybe reduce damage. I haven't fully tested it yet, but I would not trust that. And this game is heavily roguelike, so if you die, you will be restarting from the beginning, and you'll be restarting everything. You get nothing. Okay, so the whole game basically just restarts. So we're here again. This is these little holes, the ladders, of course, are level changes. So if you're playing multiplayer, it'll say you must join your party before continuing. Your party's got to be right beside you when you go down. So you can't just skip levels without your party. Okay, let's go down. In here, we have, again, our... He's talking to us again. In here we have the basic stuff. We have strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, perception, and charisma. And these are your modifiers by what you're wearing. So if I found a ring of strength, the modifier would be positive, would be up. Our current weight of everything we're wearing is 550 weight, and our armor class is 6. That's everything we're wearing, right? These are our skills. Okay, we got 2 pages of skills: locks, stealthing, trading, appraising, swimming, leadership, casting, magic, ranged, sword, mace, axe, polearm, and shield. Okay, those are the basis of our skills. We also have experience, dungeon level, and level of your level and your name. Okay. What's important about this game as well, not only that, is the more time you sit still, you actually get hungry and you can starve to death. And on many a run, we've starved to death. Okay. We can hear in the background rats. Alright. The one thing we can do, which I find kind of funny, is you can shield and bow. Okay. Picked up a book. Okay, good. Let's head back in here. So a book. You get any item you pick up. This isn't just for the books. This is for any item you pick up. So torches come pre-identified, I believe. All of them. But books, if you look at them, say unidentified. This is a brand new copy of the Controlling Goblins. Unidentified, 20 weight, 11 gold. So it's unidentified. So what we have to do is actually hold right click, and drag to appraise and let go. And it will start appraising it. You'll see it here. Okay. And if I go out of the screen, it shows it at my top left hand corner. Okay. Sorry guys, my webcam is not working today. Bloop. We're back. So, here we go. While that's appraising, we'll go out and see if we can't find a fight. Yeah, this is another bug I don't particularly like. I can use a shield with my bow. I could use a torch with my bow. Doesn't make much sense. Okay, so we're just walking. Now, if I were to take my torch off here, it would be really dark. Okay, you can still see, but it's still dark. So these are rocks. Generally, I like to pick up rocks off the start when my character has no appraisal skill. Rocks are basically instant appraisal items because they're the very basic item. They're always unidentified, see? Always. So they basically work up our appraisal skill. Now back there you saw, failed to identify a brand new copy of Controlling Goblins. We also picked up a bubbling orange potion. So watch, so if we do this and we try to appraise the rock, appraising rock, it's instant, okay? And it failed. So we just appraise again, appraise again, appraise again. So this way you're working up your appraisal ability. Every time, even a failure still works up your appraisal skill. Whoopsies. Watch me die, guys. So that was a death. That's okay. Now, what's important to tell you about this. So you get this screen here. This actually works out well. With this screen here, you get this in single player, okay? And as soon as you die, all your items become identified. You can see this, okay? Also, this is the very important thing that I found. Restart game. This restart game button is not in multiplayer, okay? Not right now. So when you die in multiplayer and both party members die, you have to actually end your game and go back to the main menu and reset it all up again. Luckily, they were smart enough to make it as easy as possible. What it does is, the ease of it is, you have to, it keeps all your information. It keeps always all of your information in there. So basically you can just go in, hit your enter, type in your name and go. And then type in the IP stays, everything stays. So they try to make it as slick as possible, but they still haven't figured out how to get this restart button to work. When you're playing multiplayer too, if you die, you get to watch the other guys play and watch their playthrough. If they reach a new level, you respawn, but you get nothing. You have no equipment on you, nothing. So it's important that your guys either pick up some of your equipment that's important or not. They can't pick up everything, but they should be picking up some of the stuff, okay? Oh, my camera doesn't really look good there, does it, guys? Give me 1 second. We'll just edit this really quick and put me over here. There we go. Okay, so let's restart. So we're back to the basics again. I don't believe shift key has any help in this game, to be honest. I think you're automatically move at a certain speed. Weight does matter. So if I were to be empty here, I could rocket around the level. You can run as fast, like really fast if you're empty. Okay. But if you're full of stuff, you can actually move as slow as a turtle. And so running does not help. Well, sorry about my mouse being all jittery, guys. I just got my mouse pad back from DC Mango. I left there on the weekend for the event, and I did not calibrate my mouse this morning. Okay, so back here again. So these are scrolls. You can, basically, like every other game, scrolls cast magic. Okay. The whole goal is not to have... Whoops, we equipped the rock by accident. See, that's how easy it is to equip a rock. Praise. You can actually hear in the background... Ooh, a pickaxe. You can hear in the background, the mobs will fight each other too. So rats don't like skeletons, so they'll fight each other. Uh-oh, the door is locked. Okay, another cool feature with this game is locked doors can be bashed in, see? So he must have already been attacked by a rat. Okay. And then when they are wearing equipment, they drop the equipment. Okay. That's another important thing. They do drop all their equipment. So I found a flawless gem. The funny thing is flawless gems have a value of 0 until they're identified, and they are the hardest thing to identify. And I find it funny that my character can't even identify a rock at this moment. I'd like to show you, but we can play with the identification tools next, in the next break. After the next break. So here, so it looks like a rat had died. So chests, again, everything in this game is interactable with the right click of your mouse. Okay, so there was 3 faded scrolls, 3 scrolls in there. We're not gonna worry about them. I'm gonna try and get in some combat here. Oh, see, so there's a new level down. And gold usually is not this plentiful in a level. This is very funny. First time I've seen 3 gold piles in one area. You're lucky to see 1 gold pile in a level so far as I've seen. Okay. Now we're running around with our torch up because I like to see, especially when I'm broadcasting for you guys. If you guys are playing by yourselves, you can actually not have the shield up. Or have it up. You can have your shield up, and you can actually see maybe a meter in front of you. So if you're playing slow boating the game and playing the level at slow, you can do it. Now to the bottom right is your minimap. A flashing red dot indicates the level down. Right? The little green thing is myself. Alright. And we just explore the level and go through and see what's here, what's not here. The mobs might have killed themselves. They do that once in a while. Now another important mechanic during combat is when you're attacking, you can hold left click and you'll see your guy vibrate. The minute he starts to vibrate, it's a critical strike if you can get it off. Critical strikes are in the game. So watch. You hit the door. You hit the door. I don't think I can critical strike the door, personally. If I remember correctly. Oh no. Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can critical strike doors. I haven't been able to yet. And mobs, some mobs can open doors. I don't know how that happens, whether the dungeon spawns the doors open or not. I believe they can open doors. I know they can definitely bash down doors. But you can hear it every once in a while where mobs will open doors. So let's continue on. Wouldn't mind getting into a fight here. But I don't see anything to fight. Which we can always go down to the next level. So this is a bonus and not a bonus. When you come to a level and all the mobs have killed each other. Okay. Because EXP is another very important gain in this game. Okay. So I don't have any lockpicks, so of course we gotta bash the doors in when you find them locked. And the bad part about bashing in doors like that is the fact that it will damage your spear eventually. Weapons, armor, everything. You can find in abundance, but finding good stuff is always hard. They really limited your loot table when it comes to good spawns, which is a good thing. You find lots of worn out or barely serviceable stuff. Let's go down a little too, see what we can find for a fight. Oh, so here's a... Now watch. So you can time out the blows, right? But eventually he's going to break my shield. It's already broken. See, there we go. Okay, so we just broke our shield. And when we break our shield, it stays here. Okay. Right now we're bleeding. The way to stop bleeding is with towels. You can wrap a towel around it. I don't have a towel. So I took quite a bit of damage there. Now I see how my torches, I had picked them up before and they were all stacked. Now they aren't. Oh, I think the rats are trying to come visit. Oh. There's something outside the door there. Hello! And we got a shield back. Okay. So the important thing is to throw out the old shield. Okay. Because it's broken, which means I can't equip it. If I try to equip it, it's a useless bronze shield. And yet it still causes weight. It still weighs 40. So let's get rid of it. Okay. And then to equip items. Okay. You can drag them down to the hotbar and equip it that way. But if you want to equip something like a ring and you don't want to have it in your hotbar, you can right click and equip. Okay. Or to do it fastly, it's just tap and right click. To tap right click will use items. You gotta hold right click and actually to appraise and stuff like that. Do it that way. Now I will fail this shield appraisal. Okay. So but see, every time you pick something up, it goes down into the hotbar. That's gonna get real annoying. And if you take it off your hotbar like that and put it out here, it just throws it away. Again, the games need some work in that aspect. But it's not that bad. Okay. We all have seen worse things. This is a pre-alpha, and then this is also annoying. So if I could literally drag this into every slot. Okay. Yet, if I do this one, here, 1 second. If I do this once, it throws them all away. And I can pick it back up. Okay. Minotaur. Ah. Okay. So because I was taking so long. The Minotaur will actually crash through the level. He'll actually, like, Kool-Aid Man his way through everything. And, yeah, I mean, smashy smash, right? This is what happens. As you can see, I almost leveled. When I level, not much changes. My health goes up and my stats go up. But there isn't a whole lot there. Let's see if he'll do it while I'm sitting here. Let's see if he can Kool-Aid his man out. The rat's attacking him, so you might actually see he's glitched out right now. So the rat might actually kill him. Rat versus Minotaur. Who will win? Who wants to place bets? I believe the rat's gonna win this. Graphics again, subpar. But again, we're in basis. We're in basic early beta, I guess you could call it for that. I was gonna keep wanting to call it alpha, but I believe it's in beta for that. So when you get to this level, not always level 2, but you'll get to a point where he says, if you're listening and paying attention, he says that my Minotaur's hungry and coming, you better not stick around. At that point, it's better to rush the level. Find the stairs and leave, because this guy shows up and he's impossible to kill. Once in a while, you'll get NPCs who come to defend you, and they will defend you. I'm curious to see if this rat's going to kill this Minotaur. And the NPCs can kill the Minotaur. Okay. So it is possible. Let's see if I can put this in broadcasting mode. Or promotional mode, see what it does. Yeah, there you go. So that's what promotional mode does for us. As we can see, it makes nice, pretty pictures. No UI. None at all. We'll give this another minute or so, and if he kills it, great. If he doesn't, we'll be going to break anyways. He was a neat designed character, that Minotaur. Like I said, he literally breaks all the blocks to get to you. Let's actually see. We're gonna do this really quick. No, we aren't. We'll stay here for another minute or so. And see. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but I'm kind of curious. I know the Minotaur has like buckets of health. So this could even take 10 minutes or so. But we're not going to stick around and wait that. We'll wait around for another 30 seconds. And then we'll be on break. Shortly thereafter that. Look at him run. He's definitely glitched out on the block though. And I do know monsters can kill each other after I've died because I've watched it before. But it does not seem like we're gaining any traction. None at all. So here we go. We're going to go on break. And I will be right back.